Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 4 minutes past the hour on this 27th day. Work It Out Wednesday on hashtag Truth Be Told /JD Live. Your early morning. Get up, wake up, wake up. You can follow us on all social media platforms. We are at the JDMS on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter X. And on YouTube, we are broadcasting live at 100 BLK Media. So good morning, family. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing on this Wednesday? It is Wednesday morning here, but it's Wednesday afternoon somewhere else. And we are international. Not only am I on here with just some of my friends, I got international friends. My good friend Jason Washington, better known as the brother in Berlin. He's in the scene on the video. Let's bring him in. Y'all give it up all the way in Berlin, Germany. It is the brother in Berlin. Yeah, he's there. Let me add him. There you go. What up, my brother? What's cracking?
We got to have a conversation, sir. You refuse to call me by my new name.
What's your new name?
You got to give me Broken Berlin.
You got to be Broken Berlin.
You got to give me Broken Berlin.
Okay. Hold it. You need to explain to me why you Broken Berlin. I need to know why you Broken Berlin.
Because I want to show. I think as Black people, we always try to showcase and shine, and I want to show minimalism. I want to show that there's life without having to spend so much money. I want to show that.
Okay.
And so I want to show that you can have authentic fun and authentic connections and authentic alchemy, and you don't need money to do it. You can use money to create alchemy, but you don't need money to live the life and get the blessings. And I think that a lot of times us in our culture, we don't really see many examples of that, of somebody happy and showing that they're living in minimalism. So yes, I've broken Berlin, and I'm going to show you how amazing it is being broken Berlin.
Brother in Berlin will be now known.
Your mama call you bro. Your mama call you brother. I'm gonna call you brother. Like, come on, man, you gotta get. All right.
Yeah. Your mama name you brother. I'm gonna name you brother. Hold it. Right. Hold it. No, but we're gonna go ahead and respect the sauce. And he is now Broken Berlin. Broken Berlin, my brother. How you doing? How you doing, Jason?
Doing good. Doing a lot of research for maybe what we got planned in the future.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about it yet, but
we got something big coming up on the horizon either tomorrow or we may. It may be so big I may really push it to next week because I wanted to.
I think next week is smart. And let's formulate this the right way. Let's get the right people into this conversation. So it's easy to just be mad. I want to have a different conversation.
Right. And we want conversation that gives elevation and makes a difference. And we are right now working toward, of course, Friday, which is the 20th anniversary of Katrina. As you know, when Katrina hit, I was working in downtown New Orleans. At that time, I was also a part of the military. And 20 years ago, I was still in uniform, and I was a part of the emergency deployment team that deployed into Katrina, New Orleans, under the leadership of General Honore. So as we getting ready to get into the 20th anniversary, we're going to be talking about that. Like I told y'all, you never know who might come up in here, and we're going to keep it flowing. We're going to keep it going. You see them. Reading is fundamental. Reading is always fundamental. Y'all give it up. Sean P with the Sean P experience in the building. What's up, Sean P?
What's going on, Joe? I came here this morning trying to mess up the bow tie a little bit. I don't see him just yet. I don't know if he's coming or not. I'll be the replacement for the bow tie. Okay. Well, I'm ready for him this morning. I'm ready for him. He more signed clean than the Board of Health.
You got to shave the head too. You got to go full. Let it go.
Wait a minute, Broken Berlin. Let me tell you what's happening here. We're about to have a bean pie contest going down. We're gonna see who got the better bean pie. Who got the better bean pie? Look, and brother in Berlin, we got a book for you. Tell them about the book. Sean P.
This book is called Mapping Black Europe, right? Okay. So I wanted to that's just for the brother right here, just for him, because a lot of folks unfortunately don't realize our presidents all over Europe from time memorial, let alone recent, history. But this book is showing you all kind of important monuments and everything, and our achievements all over Europe, mapping Black Europe. I love it. I love it.
Is the best way to buy it
Whoopi
directly from you or off Amazon? How would you like people to support? Like,
No,
how would it actually get to you?
I didn't write this book. This is not
okay.
something. I did not write this book. I want to highlight for the family, and I'm always trying to educate and share resources and everything. Oh, who was that, Joe? Who was that?
Oh, he hit you with the hat and the light. Oh, you didn't come correct, sir. He got you.
Hold it. Let me do it properly. Down in the jungle.
Right, brother, you're supposed to go down and come up like you was on a high rise.
Down in the jungle, somewhere real deep, the sanctified monkey stepped on the elephant's feet.
The purple ranger who can't do wrongs.
Y'all give it up, brother Bowtie in MIAO. Dade County is in the building. Come on now, what's up?
Born and raised in the county of Dade.
Good morning, gentlemen. Man, Sean P, it's funny. Ty, when I was clicking on, I heard you say, man, I wore the bow tie, brother bow tie. Man, I appreciate it though, man. I appreciate it. Trust me.
Hey, but brother bow tie, but the bow tie, peep the details. I got the polka dot on the other side. The polka dot on the other side is reversible. I can flip that thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Or guess what, Sean? Yeah. Stay out of my business. Stay out of my closet. Because guess what? Polka dot.
Not joke. Give me 1 second, if I may say this. This is important.
The universe line everything.
We're gonna give it to
Brother bow tie knows this, I'm sure. Over 15 years wearing bow ties, I go to so many events, and grown men come to me like, bro, how do you tie a bow tie? Is that a real bow tie? And they get the clip on. I'm like, no, this is the actual self. I tied this, and I got to show many grown men older than me. I got to put them to the side in the bathroom, show them how to fix their tie, how to tie their tie. We got to get more serious gentlemen in your community. Go get some young men and take a weekend and show them how to tie a regular tie, how to tie, how to dress for an interview.
Y'all keep that conversation going. Keep it going. I'll be right back. Keep it going.
And it's what's crazy is like it's the same method. I think people overthink it and overstress themselves out. But it's exactly like tying your shoe. It's the same exact thing like tying your shoe. But it's up to them, But I do a lot with that. But I give out about 100 free bow ties a year. Mostly to younger kids, like in elementary, middle school. I give them the clip-ons for free. But if I knock on the door and I'm out there, I'm in the community. If I knock on the door and the daddy home, I tell the dad, I say, hey, bro, if you're willing to learn how to tie a bow tie, I'll sit right here and I'll teach you. And I probably done had about 15 to 16 fathers in the last 7 years I've been doing this. But just to be honest, there's not many households with fathers in.
You speak on better in the community a lot of times, but it's like you go to so many events these days. Go to a wedding, go to a funeral, go to an after dinner party. So many folks these days don't know how to dress appropriately per event. You wearing the wrong thing to the after dinner party. You wearing the wrong thing to the company Christmas party. You wearing the wrong thing to the. We got to do better as a community of enlightening that, if you will.
You know what? What's crazy is I seen my funeral a couple times in my dreams, and it's the most depressing thing that I ever seen. And it's not because people ain't show up because they ain't love me. What's depressing is the people who wore bow ties didn't buy a bow tie while I was alive. Then the people came to dress in army fatigue or t-shirts, knowing that his brother bow tie funeral, and he wouldn't even dare step in for their funeral like that. But that replayed in my mind. My funeral replayed in my mind so many times, and that's the most thing I'm disappointed about, the way people is dressed.
Dude, put it in your thing where people cannot attend your funeral unless they're wearing a bow tie.
Yeah, I know, right?
No,
I like that.
I ain't gonna be here, but that sounds like a nice plan to tell my sons.
Even the women. Everybody got to rock a bow tie. The babies, the women, everybody comes in a bow tie.
Everybody.
If you can't, no stress, but you can't attend. No problem. And make them buy from your own brand that gives money back into the family.
That's right. That's how to do it. But I spoke on yesterday about the lack of church attendance these days, or if you're a Muslim going to the mosque or whatever your thing is, the lack of that you learn how to dress appropriately whenever you're a child attending these things. You learn by your mirror neurons. I'm seeing other grown men how they conduct themselves. So whenever I become a man, I know, but like most young people these days, they don't own no dress slacks. They don't own hard bottom shoes. They don't own cuff links. They don't own a tie clip. They don't own a lapel decorative, whatever you want, a flower or whatever it might be.
Yeah, lapel flower. These
are basic things, right, gentlemen?
Right.
But Joe, we got to jump in. Like, we got to represent our blue shirt and gray pants, shorts. Yeah. We got the blue shirt, and most of these people don't have a blue shirt and gray shorts like we got. You know,
Well, you know, I wake up very early in the morning, and for those of you who don't know, I'm 58 years old. I am a law enforcement officer. I am put handcuffs on you, read you your rights. Though I'm not a street patrol officer, I still am a post-certified law enforcement officer who can, if needed be, have to run into a school building because there's a mass shooter, run into a Walmart because some crazy fool decided to stab a lot of folks. I still have to wake. So I wake up every morning, and folks don't know this. I wake up every morning, I do what I call the morning 50. 50 sit-ups, 50 push-ups, 50-second planks, and 50-second wall, holding myself up on the wall a certain position, and that's my morning 50. And not only do I do that, I do 2-a-days of walking briskly for 30 minutes. Now I know somebody told me while I was in Atlanta last weekend, there's no way you can be almost 60, but yes, but you have to take care of yourself. You have to, as I sit here and look at my esteemed panel, I know Sean, listen, I'm here with a bunch of young-looking, good-looking black men. And guess what? Us black men normally are scared to say that because that kind of sounds a certain way. Yeah. I have nothing wrong with my sexuality. I'm not attracted to none of these men, but I know I'm surrounded by Sean P., Brother Bowtie, and Broken Berlin, and they're all good-looking black men because that's how God made us, good-looking black men. And I am on my way to 60, a damn good-looking black man.
And I'll be 44 this year. I'll be 44.
Oh, and I just got to encourage all my other brothers out there to take good care of yourself, get good rest, go to the doctor, get an annual checkup, do what you need to do to take care of you, because guess what? We got to stop doing this as black men. Black men will worry and work themselves to death trying to keep women and children happy. Stop that. Stop that. First, in case of depressurization of this cabin, the first thing that you need to do is put on your own oxygen mask. But for too many of our years of our lives, we are programmed to make sure everybody else is okay while we are dying on the vine. Black man, stop dying, taking care of other folks. Take care of yourself, then you can live and take care of folks much longer.
And if you're going to drink hard liquor, drink water. Just if you gotta drink the hard liquor, then at least put the water with it and chase. Your liver needs it. Again, I've been a bartender my whole life.
Right, hold up. That I wanted to give you your expertise. The brother is a bartender in Berlin, and when I tell you they can drink in Berlin, when I tell you they can drink in Berlin, I remember my days of coming to Berlin to hang with my brothers that were in the military. I don't forgot the name of the base they had in Berlin, but them brothers can drink. I was stationed in Nuremberg, but I used to go to Berlin on a regular. And let me tell you, them brothers in Berlin, they can drink. They can drink.
Yeah. It's just biology. Again, when you're alcohol is not natural. We're not supposed to have it in the first place. Ask the red people. Ask your elders. That's just the truth of it. So if you're going to do something wrong, at least do it wrong right. And by doing it wrong right, that means you're drinking with water with it. You got cashews, you got pistachios, you got almonds. Like, if you're going to do it wrong, do it right.
You heard the man. Listen, we own something right now. We got the 4 horsemen in here. Brother Sean P., Broken Berlin, Brother Bowtie, yours truly, Joe Dupree. And we tried to tell black men, take care of yourself, because look, we got to take care of these black children and these black women. We got to be their protectors. We got to be their guiders. But we can't you can't love somebody if you don't love yourself.
You know what, Joe?
You can't care of somebody if you can't take care of yourself. So begin to get some self. Listen, I took a picture while I was in, I'm going to post that today. I'm gonna post that picture as soon as I get off of here. There's a T-shirt I saw and I had to get while I was in Atlanta. It says, "I'm big on self-love. I'm big on self-love. Know and love thyself. Because if you don't love and know thyself, how in the world can you instruct and love somebody else? Come on, talk to me, fam. Talk to me. Come on, Sean.
I got a controversial take. Right? I know we love to say, man, I work so many jobs to leave generational wealth, and I work night and day, no days off. I got 6 jobs for generational wealth. Joe, do you know how many people I know before they were dead in the ground, their family already selling off all the property, sell all the houses, they sold everything. It don't even last one generation. So you're trying to kill yourself for the next 3 or 4 generations, but that's your individual vision. That's not your whole family vision. And Joe, the house that I live at right now, I'm renting my house right now. I've had more than one landlord. You know why? Whenever they get older and stickly, the children like, man, you're just writing it off. To the highest bidder, man, take the house. We don't want the house. I've seen it time and time again, so I'm not going to kill myself personally, because I got to live for myself, man.
Right. And I mean,
and that's not selfish. It's not selfish.
We got a brother in Berlin, and we started off the show because Broken Berlin said, I got to recognize that he's Broken Berlin. And it's just something about me saying that word. It's almost like me saying, and I have to get over my own prejudice and my own little ichigais, because this ichigai I got is, no, I'm not gonna call that brother broke.
I ain't gonna call you broke.
That brother is prosperous. But guess what? Being broke don't mean he ain't prosperous. He's saying, listen, I live off of what you don't consider to be living off. See, because you might consider a person who live off the land broke. Because in these days and times, if you ain't Uwe, Gucci, Louis, Prada, if you ain't Bentley swinging, and guess what? And Berlin knows this because we both been in Europe. Baby, a Jaguar, a Mercedes, a BMW, that's a cab. That's a cab. We ain't impressed with that. You know, hell, I took a cab when I first got there. The first cab I got in was a Jaguar that drove me from the airport to my base of service. So I got out, I jumped out the base fresh to death in my Army Greens out of a Jaguar. Talking about, where am I at? And they said, welcome to Merrill Barracks, better known as the Gangster Hotel. And I said, why they call it the Gangster Hotel? And about that time, out the 3rd floor, I saw a Foot Locker fly out, and I was like, who threw the Foot Locker? A Foot Locker. And when the Foot Locker hit the ground, the MPs ran over and said, he's dead. I said, who's dead? They said, oh, we kill a lieutenant around here about once a month. And I was a lieutenant, and I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. About one.
Get back in the Jaguar, back to the airport.
Right, hold it. You sure I'm at the right place that I'm supposed to be checking in for duty? But listen, at the end of the day, man, Mercedes, BMW, Porsche, all that stuff in Europe, those are taxi cabs. Y'all ain't impressing us. Y'all running around here talking about, look at what I'm driving. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, now Bentley's, hold it. And Bentley's a taxi cab for the rich folk. Because, you know, you'll pull up to a party in Europe, all you're going to see is Rolls Royce, Bentley, Rolls Royce, Rolls Royce, Bentley, Rolls Royce, Ferrari, maybe a couple of Lambos. That's what you're going to see. We see that all the time. We've been there, done that. Hold up, brother. Let me say this to brother in Berlin. I'm going to turn the mic over to y'all. In my time in Europe, I done had this happen to me in 4 days. I done woke up in Frankfurt, had breakfast, went to Paris, had dinner, and went to Paris and had lunch, and woke up and had dinner in London, England. And 4 days ain't even passed. I done went from Frankfurt to Paris to London and was every time sitting back every time with a different looking somebody talking about, how was your day today? Okay.
Again, like the train system here is so amazing. You can hit 7 countries from here where I'm at within 4 hours. If you life is beautiful. You don't need the facade. You don't need it. If you're a good person, if you treat people right, if you have good alchemy and you have a good personality, you can come here and do way better than what spending $300,000 in America. People will bless you. People will give you opportunities. People will put you in situations where you prosper. And that's all you really need in life. I can wear this, what I'm wearing in, and somebody else in another place can be dressed to the T's. And my personality will outshine their personality every single day. So glean on your personality, glean on your wit, glean on your sense of humor, glean on your ability, ladies, glean on your ability to tell a story from A to B very quickly in a humorous way. Men, know how to wrap it up and make it go full circle. Know how to create conversations that lead to healing. That's how you really beat this system.
So let's hit me. I'm gonna hit you with something that's gonna blow your mind. Okay. And I still remember this like it was yesterday. And my oldest son will tell you this story is 100%. So I'm in Paris with my oldest son's mother, and I meet a dreadlock Rasta from Morocco. From Morocco. From Morocco. So this brother had on a pair of shorts and a t-shirt and some old floppy shoes. But see, I'm an astute student of observation. Brother looked like he was broke in Paris. But he had one thing that I was very much watching. He had on a watch. Because I'm an astute student of watches. I'm very much like Tim Melanson. I can look at your watch and your watch can tell me everything I need to know. Now, this brother was in shorts, some old flip-flops, and old shirt. It didn't even say Jamaica. I think it said something else. It was so old, rusty shirt. And he was, I mean, dreadlock Rasta for real. Just dreadlocks everywhere. So I looked at him. I said, "Hey, man, how you doing?" He said, "Well, on, what's going on, my brother? Sit, have a seat." And, you know, most cats, when they say that to you, the way he was looking all bummy, most cats would be like, "Oh, this brother get ready to beg." But something in my spirit said, "Sit down with this man." Because the first thing I noticed was the watch. So I sit down with him. We started laughing and joking. My son's mother came down and said, "Hey, I'm getting ready to go such and such." The guy said, "Don't worry about your man. He's okay. He be with me. We're going to call you later. You can come and be with us too." So she kind of shrugged it off and said to me, "Be careful. You don't know who this dude is. That's what it is." Dude wound up being a multi-billionaire. He took me to a part of Paris and said, "Look, tell your wife, meet us on the Riviera." He had a yacht on the Riviera, a for real yacht, a yacht, not no play yacht, not no little boat yacht, a for real yacht. One of them, I see you, Jay-Z type yachts, one of them big pimping type yachts. And talk about, man, he broke it down that he was a Moor, broke down a whole bunch of stuff and said, "Hey, man, I do this. I own businesses in Africa." He said, "I just come to France because I want to get away and I have family here and I need to see them because they won't come back to Africa." Still to this day, I know that brother. That brother be sailing all over the place, got a big tail yacht.
He don't got one of my yachts. I got a little 22-footer.
Talk to me, Sean.
You know what I observed? What I observed, Joe, watching the super wealthy, they're not trying to impress you, bro. I met Denzel Washington one time when I was stationed in San Diego. They was filming the Navy movie he made back then, Antoine Fisher or whatever. That was filmed on our pier. So I walked up and I see the film crew doing what they're doing from far away, you know. And I realized it's Denzel Washington, man. And like the things he was wearing that particular day, this 20 years ago, I remember it clear as day. It was like a Walmart shirt, Old Navy shirt, and the little slacks he had on probably came from wherever, and the shoes he had on, it wasn't nothing impressive. But they're not trying to impress you with their outside stuff. The house and the account and whatever I got tucked away in my stocks and everything, that speak for me. I ain't got to impress you with my... Look at how Jay-Z dressed lately. Look at how these different guys dressed lately. I'm wearing a t-shirt, jeans, like... I ain't trying to...
I told you, the dread... Back to the whole story, Sean. Back to the whole story with the dreadlock Rasta. He had on a custom handmade Audemars. Custom handmade Audemars. That's why he was in Paris. He had just got the watch. The watch itself was $125,000. Now here he is with bummy shorts on, but $125 hand. Hold it. Be exact. Right now, me saying this, he would hear me if he was watching the podcast. He'll send me an inbox and say, "Now stop talking like that because you know you're wrong. That's not a watch. It's a timepiece. It's a different watches are Timex. Watches are what you buy in America. This is a custom-made timepiece because it measures time. It don't tell nothing. It measures time." Go
But
ahead,
Joe,
brother.
you a watch connoisseur to know that, right? If I would have seen that same brother, I'm not a watch connoisseur. I would have walked clean past that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The average person that
Yeah.
don't know it like that, you gonna walk clean past. If I don't know certain clothing brands to see a little small logo, I would never know what that T-shirt is. Only those that know at that level.
Right.
When you see a
Right.
little small little thing, you be like, oh man, that's what. But everybody else gonna walk clean past it. We ain't trying to impress you with no big logos and big print, and that's not what they do at that level, man.
Hey,
That's
money.
not what they do.
Money knows money. Money don't have to tell money it's got money. Money knows money. And guess what? Money don't measure money by the car they drive or the zip code they live in. Money knows wealth. Money knows money. Money, you know, I've heard money talk to each other before. And guess what? Money will ask each other, well, who your broker? Wait a minute. Who makes sure that your cryptocurrency works? Like, what do you have? Money talks, and he knows this. Money can tell you the 4 largest banks in Switzerland. Because money don't put their money in regular banks. They put them in Swiss bank accounts. So money be like, oh, I bank with so-and-so in Switzerland. And you look at there and say, I never heard of this bank. I'm with Chase.
Now, Joe, speaking of bank.
And even our millionaires, they have bank accounts in Switzerland.
In the Caymans, in the Swiss. They talking Caymans and Swiss. You talking Chase and Wells Fargo, and you got the audacity to talk about you got wealth. Hold up. They pull it out a card. They pull it out a card with no name on it that's all black. With no name on it, all black with a chip in it, and you trying to figure out, wait a minute, your name ain't on the card. There ain't no expiration date on the card. See, y'all ain't seen a real black card.
You ain't seen the real black watches.
Joe just went out. Joe just went out, Joe. Joe just went out. Go ahead, Sean P.
Joe.
No, let him keep cooking.
I was gonna say, yeah, he cooking. I was gonna say, even at the bank level, though, on the lower level, at a certain level of money, they take you into the back of the bank. Now, I don't have that kind of money. I've never seen such thing, but I heard about it. At a certain level of money, we ain't doing no transaction at the little desk. We got to go in the back with the briefcase and the security guard or something like that. At a certain level of money in the airport, they got a whole different part of the airport where they got all kind of fine dining and whatnot. I've never seen those things, but I know it exists. Because people I know live in those worlds, but like they got levels to this money thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my point.
The people I've met some people who on a serious level, and it's all on a watch, a very fancy watch, and they just doop and it's done. They don't carry a card, they don't carry ID, they don't carry nothing. Everything that you need, the police, it's all boop in the watch. And I was like, what? Custom made watch with custom chips, with custom things to their bank and custom things to their identity. The people, the elites move in a whole different way. They ain't got time to dupe. Done. Dupe and done. They dupe and done. That's it. The dupe and done. And they out. Tip already included. Everything done. It goes to somebody else. And I'm like, we are moving so differently compared to them. You got to admire it. Now you don't have to try to strive for it, but you can admire it and respect it. Like that, hey, that's a different level.
I think it's the mindset, though. You know, like I often tell people, your rich is your rich. Don't compare your rich to the next person rich. You know, like in our community, most people we idolize, our rappers as more than anybody else. But of course, we know that most people not rappers have way more money, like Oprah or Robert Johnson and stuff like that. Like these are the black billionaires,
or even athletes.
Like yeah. But like these billionaires, they live the most simple and basic lives. Like I give you prime example, the Robertson family. I don't know if anybody watched Duck Dynasty, but these people are close to $1 billion in net worth, and they don't go grocery shopping. Like they grow their own food, they hunt for their own meat and stuff like that. But they're rich. They're rich. They only go to be rich or say, let's have some land that the family can come to every single day whenever they want, whenever they need, always have a place to stay. And that's they rich. They don't care about the fancy cars, even though on a TV show it showed them in a Rolls Royce, but they actually don't drive a Rolls Royce.
Right. They leasing it. And I'm back, like pop back up on y'all like toast. And I popped up, and since we're talking about wealth, let's go ahead and talk about yesterday how the social media and everybody went crazy from a sports perspective because one person asked another person, "Would you marry me for life?" Ladies and gentlemen, Elijah Nixon in sports. Elijah, if you ain't talking about Taylor putting that rock on her hand, and I still think because of that, it's going to be a big distraction for Kansas City. I got a funny feeling Kelsey going to get his head knocked off this year. I think there's some free safety just waiting.
Hold on, that's my team. Hold on, Nigel. Hold on.
When he hit him, he gonna look at him and look down at him and say and sing one of Taylor's songs to him. Bam!
You're gonna shake it off, player.
Shake it off. Shake it.
I mean, I seen that yesterday. I really don't even pay attention to their relationship. I mean, personally, I just think Travis Kelce. I like Travis Kelce, other girlfriend better. I mean, that's my personal taste. But
the black girl.
Oh, you want a headache? Okay. Wait. From a marketing perspective, you think that if you want to create real generational wealth, you think that he was better off with the sister than the multi damn near billionaire?
Hold on. I
mean,
but hold on. But Broken Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that generational wealth gonna give you a generational headache and heart attack. So I don't know. Sometimes I think you need to evaluate the person as how much peace they bring into your life, not how much riches they bring.
I saw how she behaved after the breakup. She was not bringing that man peace.
Yeah,
my papa always said you want to judge a woman how she behaves when you break up with her. If she handles it and lets it happen and she lets you go, then you go back with your tail between your legs and you apologize and you make her a wife. But you need to see how a woman responds when you don't want her. Every man, before you commit and get on your knee and pledge your life to a woman, you need to see how she reacts when you say, "I'm done with you." Because you will see the demon come out, or you will see the angel.
I want you to hold on to that. We're gonna come back to that after sports. Elijah, what's going on in the sports world, man? It's week 1 of football. What's happening? I know it's about.
I got a couple things I want to talk to. First, before I even get to the NFL, I want to talk about black excellence in college. Berlin, I know you don't watch college, but it's just this one thing. I need your take will be awesome on this too. Fran Brown, the head coach of Syracuse, got on the podium 2 days ago, and they asked him straight up, your son is here now, and he could play on the team and things of that nature. He said he does play on the team, and on top of that, I didn't put him on scholarship because I'd rather pay for school, because if I pay for his school, that opens up another lane for me to get another athlete that probably needs that scholarship. So with that being said, I'm going to pay for his school. He's going to be on the team, but I also want to make sure that I have another scholarship to give to a future guy who really, really needs it. And I looked at that and I was like, that's not even a bad thought. I think personally he should be on scholarship anyway because that's his son. That's the head coach's son. But what are y'all thoughts on that? Him basically saying, I'm going to come out of my own pocket for my kid because I want to give the scholarship to somebody who actually needs it.
I respect that.
You work hard for your son to put your kids in position. So, like if your kid going to benefit, like I make bow ties, right? So if my sons, automatically take over the bow tie company, that's cool. But if I start giving out scholarships, I ain't going to give a scholarship out to my grandkids. My grandkids going to benefit off they following what I left. So, hey, give that scholarship to some child that really need it, So I think he did a great thing, and I think he has great integrity, by the way, to do that. Speaks a lot about his character.
Didn't
he's protecting his son.
All his kids go to Colorado?
Yeah.
Elijah?
Yeah.
Hold it.
All his besides Shador and his daughter.
Went to Jackson State at first. His daughter and his sons were at Jackson State, and then when he left Jackson State, they followed him to Colorado. Now let's make this clear. Shiloh stayed and graduated from Jackson State, and then went to Colorado to be with Dad. But he went ahead and got his degree from Jackson State.
I mean,
I'll go ahead, Elijah.
Go ahead.
I'll be quick. I just want to say that he's protecting his son because you never know. Like there might be another player on that team whose friend didn't get a scholarship. It kills the narrative of like, oh, you only here because your daddy is it completely shields his son from not any animosity, but a good level of animosity. And honestly, it's alchemy-ish. I don't know if that's a word, but it is, and how the father made that move, because again, it creates the
Yeah, I like
narrative
it.
and
I like it.
positivity. Because many coaches, I've seen that when their sons are, they have a very hard life. They don't get accepted by the team. They don't get accepted by, and they feel outcast because their dad's the coach. And when their sons get the blessings from their dad, who's the coach, it ends up kind of coming with a sting on the hand. By him doing it this way, it's saying, hey, you university, you're paying me anyway. I don't need to take, I've already got the blessing. I don't need to take more. I want to give the blessing that you gave to me to somebody else, but not to my son. I'm going to give it to somebody else because my son has already done the work to receive a blessing by me being here. So he's going to play. I'll take care of my son, and I don't need more. I have enough. And by him doing that, it's probably from the university, it's going to get him so much more anyway. By him doing that, he's going to receive more. By him not being greedy, it's going to give him more from everyone around him. The boosters, the people who are the alumni. When he has those meetings, they're going to be like, "Wow, what you did for your." It's going to create conversations that create network, that create wealth.
Elijah,
I think personally, I like what you said, bro, in Berlin. I think that's like on the head. And I also think that it's great because I'm not trying to say this in like a bad way, but I don't really know too many people that wake up and say, hey, I want to play Syracuse football rather than LSU and Texas and stuff like that. So if he has more scholarships to give out to those kids that's probably were LSU and Texas rejects or Texas A&M rejects, then I think that's where it should go. I'm not saying that his son's not talented. I don't know. I've never seen him play. But there's probably those guys that's probably trying to leave those situations, don't have a scholarship to get there, and he wants to give money to make Syracuse a powerhouse. Now, how long will that take? I don't know. But I think he is going in the right direction, especially with this program, because I think that is an awesome way to say that, hey, this is not just a family-oriented business over here. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to play football and be on the stage. Now, with that being said, I don't know if y'all going to hate me or love me for this one, but Shedeur Sanders is the third quarterback on the Browns depth chart. Kenny Pickett was traded to Vegas. Dylan Gabriel's landed the second string. Joe Flacco was, of course, named the starter. Shedeur was named the third. I know the depth chart just came out. I think it was yesterday for sure when that happened. But I think that this is the best place for Shedeur to be with the Cleveland Browns. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I do. And I'm gonna let y'all go ahead first about why it may or may not be, but I'll tell you my point why after. But I think this is the best part and the best place for Shedeur, and I'll get into that later. I don't know, what do y'all think,
Brother Bowtie?
I think I don't think that's the best place for him to be. I think he need to come to the Dolphins, but no, I think there's a better opportunity. But I just think the lead is like plotting against that whole family. But I think if one team just give him a fair chance, and whether know or not, his daddy told him not to go to a cold state. But I think if he actually end up with the Giants, he'll be horrible. Chill out, Joe. You already got Shiloh.
Hey, what
That's
do
why
you
they need
say?
it. That's why you need it.
What do you say? Hold on. I got to pull it up. I tried to pull it up yesterday. I'm going to pull it up today. I promise.
Yeah, man, that's my stance with it, though. But however, though, it's not a bad look. I'm happy that the brother made the team because it wasn't looking like he was going to make the team because they was trying to find every excuse for him not to make the team. So, And the injuries help.
The best place for him would have been one of these four teams from a marketing standpoint, from either the Las Vegas Raiders, the Atlanta Falcons, because they got their indoor, they got the dome, that would have been perfect for him, the New Orleans Saints, or the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those four teams would have been the best situations for him.
Not Dallas.
Dallas is cursed. We don't want him there. All that shit talking they did in the 90s, they still got to pay for it. That's why they ain't been back since. They talked so much big shit in the 90s to everybody that their karma still ain't right.
Have y'all seen that Dallas Cowboy documentary? We spoke on Madison City yesterday. Have y'all seen the Cowboy?
I was just about to speak about that, Sean. One of my friends made a Facebook post said it's a damn shame that Jesse Smollett made it in Netflix top 5 and Dallas Cowboys documentary did.
No, I didn't even pay attention, but I think it's the best situation for Shedeur. And
what would be another team you would pick besides Cleveland? Like, what would be the best situation you would?
I think if you're talking about playing wise, if you on paper, yeah, the Saints and the Giants would be, the Saints and the Giants would be something I could be like, okay. But if you're talking about I'm talking about like real life situation wise, because they didn't want Shedeur from the jump, because they did, they would have drafted him. I just think that Cleveland.
You think he'll play better? You think he'll play good in cold weather?
No, it's not. It's not that playing good. I just think Cleveland took a shot on him.
He just left Colorado.
Even when the president didn't.
Yeah, he just left Colorado.
Giants is different. New York cold weather is different. It ain't like Colorado cold weather.
Joe, you back out, Joe. You back out. We can't hear you, Joe.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it's with the cold weather. I just think that the organization piece, that's what I really, because Cleveland took a chance on him, and I heard the owner didn't want him. The GM still said, let's go grab him. And don't get me wrong, did he play well in preseason? He had one good game, he had one bad game. There's only 3 games to choose from. He didn't play in the middle. But the thing is, I feel like personally,
it's typical rookie play, right?
Yeah, typical rookie play. But I just
typical rookie play when you in the preseason. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just feel like that if he would have got released, I don't know who would have picked him up, because these guys let him walk the first time, and then I don't think he would have had a job.
He's a multi-million-dollar name. That's how I know it's the whole league trying not to.
Exactly.
If you just give him an offensive line, he's going to prosper. If you give him an offensive line, if you put him if you gave him Travis Hunter again, he would pick the league apart. If he had an offensive line, Travis Hunter, and a good running back, who can, if he had like a Mike Allstott type running back who's there to protect him but can also get them yards, that's all he needs. A Mike Allstott.
It's just up and down. I just feel like, with that organ, I'm not a Browns fan at all, but I just feel like,
who is?
I think if he'd got released, I don't know who would have picked him up. That's the part.
Listen to me. Now that Shiloh belongs to the Steelers, and the Steelers play the Browns, here's what's going to happen. Shiloh gonna pick his brother off if they put him in the game. I'm telling you right now, as sure as sugar is sweet. If they put him in the game, just to prove a point, Shiloh gonna be like, please, and then everybody gonna swear to God it was a planned pick. But I'm telling you right now, Shiloh got his daddy in him. And let Shedeur sling it his way. That boy gonna be like, oop, catch me in the end zone. And everybody gonna swear to God, that was a setup. That was a publicity stunt. No, it ain't. Shiloh good. And guess what? Tampa Bay.
He know his brother.
Oh, right, hold up. And Tampa Bay is going to regret the day that they let that boy go. I'm glad. Be exact, I hope his brother. I got a funny feeling it's a setup. I think we got one. Be careful, Cleveland. Be very careful, because we might wind up with 2. And if we do, it's going to be trouble. I'm telling you, trouble.
You know what's crazy, Joe?
Let me just ask Joe a quick question.
I knew y'all was going to get him.
Would it be better if both of them was on Cleveland or both of them was on Pittsburgh? If they were having a conversation and they say we're going to trade one of them to you, would they prosper better with both of them being in Cleveland or both of them being in Pittsburgh?
Brother,
Pittsburgh.
If you listen, I live in Louisiana. Every Saints fan should be hot as hell right now that the Saints skipped over the marketing ability to sell Shedeur Sanders jerseys. The NFL, if you are Saints, forget, because the NFL run all that anyway. You should have said, hey, we're going to make sure that number 2 with that Saints logo going to be all over the place. Well, let me tell you something.
It's like Browning in the Lakers. Like Browning with the Lakers.
I'm going to make you laugh. Now that we got Shedeur, go to the Pittsburgh website and try to order a Shedeur Sanders jersey. They ain't even really assigned the brother a number yet. But folk out there like, they waiting. What number y'all gonna give them? Because that's gonna be one of the top selling jerseys in Pittsburgh. Come on, you got to look at the business part of it. Now, on the athletic side part of it, them boys are beasts. Y'all can keep on acting like, he ain't really nothing. Man, I dealt with them boys for 4 for 2 years. 2 years.
Well, Joe, you want to know something, Joe? I knew when the Buccaneers cut him and they reached for cutting was really the punch. I said, oh, yeah, he finna end up with the Raiders or the Steelers because they love players like that. They love players with aggression like that. And before it even came out, before rumors even came out, I said he's going to the Raiders or the Steelers.
Yeah, you said that. And I was like, bring him on. Because guess what? Pittsburgh is known for all these championships, got one thing in common.
Defense.
Got one thing in common. You can say what you want to about Pittsburgh. We had what we call the steel curtain. And guess what? Every year we won a championship is because we had a defense that would put you on your ass. Period.
And a barely above average quarterback. Shedeur Sanders can grow. I think he can grow to he could easily grow to be the top 3 Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, Terry Bradshaw, and then of course you got to give it to Ben Roethlisberger.
Terry wasn't shit, and I'm saying it. Terry had John Stallworth, and he had Lynn Swann. Eddie had Franco Harris in the background. Hold it. With them type, hold it. Watch how many times Terry just threw the ball up and was like, Lynn, Stallworth, please just catch the ball. And guess what they did? They were doing Tyreek catches on a regular before Tyreek was even Tyreek. Come on, man. They were up there. Man, some of the most greatest catches in the world came from Terry Bradshaw. Terrible throwing. Them receivers made look good. Made them look good.
You said it. I ain't never heard that take in my life, but I believe you.
Made Terry Bradshaw look good. Terry need to be cutting them checks every year. Here's a check. Thank you for making me looking good. Hell, he wasn't the quarterback anyway. The quarterback we had was a black quarterback that was full of that cocaine. And if he wasn't full of that cocaine, Terry Bradshaw would have never got a shot.
You've been holding on to that one for a while, mister. Okay. How's it feel to get that out? You feel good? That's been sitting on your soul for a while.
On my chest for a second. I had to get that off. Thank you.
What the Saints gonna do next year is gonna
shit.
They're gonna piss off. They're gonna piss a lot of people off next year.
Who they gonna
piss them off? Why?
Who they gonna get?
Because of the same reason why we talking about Shedeur right now. I think the Saints' plan was basically, hey, we want the quarterbacks of next year. So they're either going to try to bring Archie home, or
right?
Doug,
so they're gonna have a terrible season this year. You right?
Or Doug Nussmeier is going to try to coach his son Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier for LSU is the coach. His dad is the offensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints. Them boys wasn't worried about Shedeur. Them boys was trying. Look who they picked. They picked Tyler, whatever that man name is. That man ain't even look good in preseason. He's like
starting now, right?
No,
Ratliff. They got Sal Kakalakis finder.
All Spencer Rattler got to do is just do whatever he wants to do. The Saints win like 3 games. Look, whatever. I'm gonna tell you right now, either Garrett Nussmeier is gonna be in the Saints uniform next year.
Archie Manning.
With his dad.
Archie Manning.
They're gonna bring Archie Manning home. That's the 2 places they look at. They weren't looking for nothing else.
That's a very you're absolutely right. Yeah, big picture.
I ain't even thinking about that though. I really
that's the move. So, but if they end up winning too many games and not getting.
The Saints gonna be doo-doo this year. I have to agree.
But the Saints are so doo-doo. They're gonna accidentally win too many games and not get the pick.
No.
That's how the Saints move.
Right. The Saints, even Saints fans ain't happy about the Saints right now. I have never seen a fan base more disappointed than the Saints are right now. The Saints fan base is highly disappointed. They on social media talking about, are we gonna win any game? As soon as they announced Spencer, I saw more stuff on my timeline saying, really? Are we gonna win any games?
They want to complete the circle. They want to make it come full circle. Thank you, Elijah. That makes perfect sense the way you broke that down.
Talk to me, Sean.
So Elijah, do you mean the Saints tickets gonna be on sale this year, like for a good price?
$4.
Like buy one, get 2 free, and 3 hot dogs.
Kamara gonna be on the trading block. Demario Davis gonna be on the trading block.
I'm going.
I don't know who else gonna be. Up there. They're gonna be on that block this year. Soon the Saints gonna start off probably like 0-5, and then they're gonna clean house.
I'm going.
Sean P.
I'll be there.
Sean P.
I'll be there. I'll
Sean,
be
your
there.
wife gonna say, "You don't never take me nowhere." Oh well, we going to 9 Saints games this year. $20
We going
gonna
to
cover
die.
all that.
Look,
The seat,
look,
the
but
tickets are
but the
$13.
bow tie, I am a
If you want to take
ticket
out of
holder.
town, Sean, if you want to take out of town, you can drive to Dallas. They tickets gonna be 50 cents.
Okay.
Okay.
You said Dallas gonna be
it's
like
gonna be
WNBA
buy one
tickets.
get 5 free.
It's gonna be like WNBA tickets, huh?
So-
It's gonna be passing them out at
I
Target.
want y'all to know something. And I got 2 sets of these. One is in a picture frame because I had both of them. So I want y'all to see these. These are Saints. Now I want you to look at the date.
2005, August 26th.
3 days before Katrina. This was the last game before Katrina that was played in the Superdome. So I have these tickets actually framed and autographed. Haslett was the coach at that time. And the Ravens beat the pants off the Saints in preseason. And 3 days later, Katrina came and did what it did to New Orleans and the Superdome. Let me tell y'all something. As we get toward the anniversary Friday.
The documentary come out today, right?
Huh? Say
The
again?
documentary come out today on Netflix.
Right, but Friday
They got 2 of them. They got 2.
Right.
They got one on Hulu already, and the one on Netflix
Right.
coming out.
Right. So, and I was in Spike Lee when the levees broke. So they're showing that all again. Because I was down in New Orleans with General Honore. Family, let me say something. New Orleans is the bounce back story. And for everyone who lost somebody during Katrina and those who did the mass exodus from New Orleans during Katrina, and many are trying to come back from that mass exodus 20 years ago, because that's some valuable land down in New Orleans. I'm telling you right now. We're going to talk about that Friday. On the Saints tip, I hope the Saints have a decent year this year, but I just got a funny feeling Elijah just hit something on the nail on the head. They won't, because they are looking beyond this year into what comes next. I think the Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl this year. I just got to say it. And the reason I think that is just like the year that Peyton came back. I think this is the last hurrah for Aaron Rodgers. And what would be a bigger story than Aaron Rodgers winning the Super Bowl in the city that he took the Super Bowl from the last time he went to the Super Bowl? And once again, that would be a huge story. So the last time you went to the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers, you played the Pittsburgh Steelers in Dallas, Texas, and you beat them. Now you're going to the Super Bowl with the Steelers to try to bring the 7th ring to the Steel City. Man, that's a hell of a story. And now we got a Sanders on the team too. And just let that boy start doing what I think he can do and get into the Rookie of the Year conversation from being an outstanding player on Pittsburgh. Watch yourself before you get beside yourself. I'm just saying, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Has it been 10 years since you guys won the last one?
Where's Super Bowl this year?
San Francisco.
San Francisco, San Fran.
So I think honestly, I do think the Steelers have a great shot. And how you say storylines, because I think Aaron Rodgers is actually from San Francisco. So I think storyline wise that can make sense. But I don't honestly. I think the Steelers will make it only because their defense. I think they will win it.
I mean, the Broncos only won with Peyton Manning, but because of the defense, So I mean,
right.
The same concept can work with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is way better than Peyton Manning was at that time. That's what. So I think Joe is correct, and the Steelers always get it every decade. They always get one, and I think it might be. When did you guys win your last Super Bowl?
The last Super Bowl win was in 08. 08.
With
okay.
08 with Big Ben.
Randall and I think that was Antonio Brown rookie year, something like that.
Yeah, and
it might be. It might be due because
we also had the podcaster. What's the big time podcaster? The brother that's on ESPN, the Kappa. What's his name?
Brian Clark.
Yeah, Brian Clark.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, y'all had Brian Clark.
Yeah.
But I think
Shallow is not no Troy Polamalu, but I think he's a Brian Dawkins from the Eagles.
Hold it. He got what it takes. I'm telling y'all, Shiloh going to the Steelers can be, he's there and he's going to be something special because I can see Tomlin putting him in a place where, yes, sir, he's going to be that name. Because guess what? Everybody talking about Shedeur, ain't really nobody talking about Shiloh. But I'm here to tell you because I saw the boy for 2 seasons.
I've been talking about him for years, Joe.
That boy hit like his daddy. That boy
he hit harder than his daddy, Joe.
He hit like his daddy. He will run in front of a pass route like his daddy, and he will take it to the house like his daddy. I seen him do it twice on Southern, and I was like, man, who is this dude? Hey, y'all talking Shedeur? I'm telling you, Shiloh. Yeah, okay, y'all sleeping on somebody. Come here.
All right.
Can I ask a question to Elijah before we get out of here? But before we round out,
the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl.
Huh?
I said the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. If that's what you was about to ask.
That's not what I was going to say. I had a bit of a pivot of a question for sports, right? So the WNBA, I heard they're trying to go into a lockout, or a possible lockout. What do you think about the possibility of them doing the lockout? And do they have enough? What's the word you want to use? Enough clout to be able to pull something like that off?
I don't know. Only for the simple fact that I just think that like they have brought up their ratings. Yes, they have done a lot to get the public eye. Yes, I think so too. I don't know what the money that they're asking for though. I don't know if it's like big NBA money. I don't know what they're asking for.
But I know they want a big NBA money.
So
no, they just want a bigger percentage of the money, but they're not looking at the bigger picture that the league is trying to recoup all the money they've lost. So now that they're bringing in money, the players are saying, "Hey, can we get some of this money?" And the league is saying, "No, we need to recoup." And so that's because the young players are like, "Why are we not getting the money when y'all had all this time to make?" So they both have a point. And my thing is this. The league is different. The world is different. The women's sports is different. So you got to pay them different. That's just the alchemy of it. And if you want the league to prosper, if you want the league to grow, then you got to go ahead and pay. Now, you ain't got to overpay. You got to meet the middle ground. All problems are solved through the process of questions and answers. So you just find, what are you getting paid now? Can we bring in different endorsement deals that can offset some of this? Can we? And I think we just got to have the conversation. But the problem is trying to have a conversation with a league full of women with logical points probably ain't going to go so well. So
I'm not being disrespectful
I hope it's not
at
a
all.
lockout. I hope they get some good advice. I hope they get some good counsel because they are on the trajectory. And if Kobe Bryant hadn't passed away with his daughter, the WNBA would be at a much higher place than what it is now. If Gigi was here, then the money for the WNBA would be there like that because everyone would have been.
Would Gigi been in the league yet? I think she still would have been at UConn.
But the money, they would be preparing for her to come to the league.
I don't think
trust me. The name Gigi Bryant, it was supposed to turn the WNBA into what it needed to be. I mean that. If she had went to the league,
listen, family, that's a good point. With 2 minutes past the hour, we're going to do a little overtime here. One thing we need to realize in all this conversation right now is that tomorrow is not promised. See, you can plan, you can position, but tomorrow is not promised. So you got to start making sure you got your ducks in a row today and live today and make today your best day. Because tomorrow may not even show up for you for whatever reason. You don't even know, a solar flare might hit and it might be the solar flare. And then everything is over with because everything is baked crispy. I'm just saying. And everybody sitting here, and that's what too many times I think we do. We're so much preparing for what's to come, we don't live in the now. And we got to start living in the now. That's why I'm happy that Shedeur Sanders is in Pittsburgh, because that to me is a now move. That's not a later move. Yeah, I would love to see him and his brother on the same team. And guess what? If I live to see that, I'll be proud of that. Guess what? I live to see something that my mom and dad did not live to see. I lived to see Barack Obama become president. And I remember how many times on the farm in the 70s and the 80s, I sit down with my dad and I say, Dad, one day somebody like a Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton, I can see them as president. My dad said it ain't never gonna happen. I live to see something that he said with all his heart. This ain't never gonna happen. But you got to understand, my father was born in 1910. My mom was born in 1923. They saw the worst of white folks. They saw the worst of white folks. Because if you know about the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s in the United States of America, they saw the worst of white folks. I'm still blessed that my grandmother, who I barely remember, I still got her slave papers when she was released from slavery. My mother's mother was a slave. I have her release papers. So I know my parents saw the worst of white folks. So when I told them, man, there's going to be a day we're going to have a black president, my daddy was like, absolutely not. You smoking dope. I need to get you checked out. You need to stop talking like that, because that's never going to happen. I lived to see that. So we got to start living for it right now. Tomorrow is not promised. I'm pretty sure that Kobe had big plans for Gigi. Kobe had probably big plans for himself. Guess what? In a twinkling of an eye, your big plans can be no plans, because you can be no longer here. Whoever wants the mic can get it. Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, but I just wanted to say to Sean. Sean, please talk to Joe. We got something that we're planning, and I definitely want to bring you into the conversation.
Next week. We're going to be next week. We're going to actually do it next week, Wednesday. I want plenty of time. I want this Katrina stuff to blow over. And next week, Wednesday, we're going to, on Work It Out Wednesday, we're going to work something out, y'all. So I'm telling y'all right now, we got a big show on Wednesday. Brother Bowtie going to be in the building. Brother Elijah, we're going to bring you in on the conversation, because it is a conversation that resonates with sports, everything we do. So, Brother in Berlin, give us some closing words and get up out of here, man. Talk to me.
Stay amazing, people. This weekend's going to be amazing. Bring positive energy into your lives. Cleave to your loved ones. Hold your loved ones. Call your people. Check in on your people. And know that at the end of this month, there's going to be some great energy in the air. So go embrace it and go. If you're feeling dark, if you're feeling depressed, you choosing that. There's energy in the air that's for you. So go outside and get that energy.
All right, brother. Brother Broke in Berlin. We'll holler at you later, man. We're back on the scene. Yours truly, Brother Bowtie, Brother Shine, and yours truly, Joe Dupree. We're gonna stay here for a minute.
Doc left, man. I wanted to ask Dr. Elijah, well, how do he feel, or has he been doing some coverage on the new WNBA, not NBA, but they are now having a women's Major League Baseball League.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And we're gonna make sure we talk about that tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. But let's close out. Let's get ready to close out in about another 10 minutes. On our way out, I just want to throw something out there, because Sean gonna laugh about this. Donald Trump said, I can do it because I'm president. Hold it. I'm the one y'all elected. So I can do and say what I want to say, because the people chose me to be the voice of the people. He said that yesterday. He made it crystal clear. Listen, if I decide to go after folks and investigate folks who investigated me, y'all made me the boss. Either the ones who voted for me, and the ones who said they wasn't voted, they voted for me too, because you sitting at home not voting voted for me also. So y'all made it. I won. And elections have consequences.
That's crazy.
So, he's not wrong, bro.
Yes,
right. Hold it. And that's the point. I'm here to talk to y'all from this perspective. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. So listen, if you sitting there right now saying, I didn't vote, I didn't care, you're gonna care now. When you go to the grocery store, you better care about how much your grocery. Listen, next, they've already got the legislation in place. I've already seen it. So all you wham, 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 you know that song y'all like so much, wham, wham. Y'all need to wham, wham in, because guess what? As soon as the midterm elections is over, the first piece of legislation they're going to put in is Section 8 and EBT restriction. You can't stay on food stamps and on Section 8 all your life now. They literally going to have it that every 6 months. I've seen the legislation personally. Every 6 months, they're going to be checking to make sure that you're still in the same position that you said you were in to receive these services. Because if you're not, if you're one penny over, sorry, Charlie, you're on your own. Microphone is open. Talk to me, family.
You know, Joe, you often bring up this movie, V for Vendetta. And I don't know if you remember the part when V said, you can only blame yourself. You voted for this. I get it. They gave you fear. They gave you diseases. They gave you all this, but You can only blame yourself whether you voted for him, whether you didn't vote for him, or as you said, Joe, whether you stayed home. It's your problem. It's your fault. It's your issue while we're dealing with what we're dealing with. Do I think that some of his policies are good? Yeah. I mean, like if we're honest, and I don't care if you're a Republican or
This is
Democrat,
true. This is
you
true.
benefit from both sides. There are some things that Republicans agree with about what Democrats do. There's some things what Republicans do that Democrats agree with. Let's not make it seem like we're just pro-Democrat and pro-Republican to the core. Like we're not like that. But I think we had to have another conversation within our community, and we had to start holding people accountable when it comes to politics. Not only the politicians coming to lie to us, but our cousin and our uncle who don't want to vote.
Right.
Or the girl that we dating who stay in Section 8 housing ain't vote and say, hell no, I ain't finna vote. They ain't finna cut off my food stamp on my housing. Like whatever excuse, like, nah, this is something that you gotta
Right.
do, to make
Right.
changes. But that's it.
John, talk to me. John, are you there? John P. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, I'm back.
Okay, talk to me.
Had a little glitch. Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, talk to me.
On that topic right there, I want to ask the panel, do you think because of the consequences that we're seeing and that we're going to see for the next 3-4 years, are people going to take politics more seriously? The ones that have their hands up, like, you know what? I'm not following the news. I'm not going to the town hall meetings. I'm not engaging in anything civically. Are they going to be more studious and serious and hands-on after the consequences of the last?
Look, I'm going to answer.
I think they are. I think we are, and whether you know or not, I actually think Donald Trump just destroyed the Republican Party for at least a good 10 to 12 years.
I come from a different perspective. I agree with what Brother Bowtie said with the destruction, but I think the replacement is what we need to pay attention to. The Republican Party, as we know it, does not exist anymore, but this MAGA nation may be here to stay, and we've got to pay attention. And I'll be honest with you, dealing with a lot of intellectual Black and brown folks that I deal with, a lot of them bother me because they don't want to look at the news. I actually hang with a very intellectual brother. We produce a show together, and we were driving 7 hours. And in our 7-hour drive, I was trying to look at what was going on in the news, and he was like, man, cut that off. That stuff don't do nothing but make me mad. So watch this. Now, the parts of us that are the high thinkers are getting to the place where we don't want to watch what's going on because it's irritating our spirit. And I think that was the whole thing. We good with the dummies staying dumb. What happens when we get the intellects to the point where they don't want to pay attention no more because they're like, oh man, this makes me sick in my stomach. We've got to, if you notice my Facebook posts, they are intentional. And I put on there either one thing, dear God, because that's who I'm talking to, or I say pay attention. All my Facebook posts start those ways. Dear God, pay attention, because we are not paying attention, especially us high thinkers. Our high thinkers have then got to the point that we're sick at our stomach of watching the news and what's going on.
We get burnt out.
Right. And unfortunately, that's how they want us, where they can continue to do what they're doing. And we sit here, even with our high thinkers, literally letting things just slide by. That's why people are right now, man, I don't want to talk to nobody in the Democratic Party. They ain't doing nothing because they have been lullabied to sleep by these Republicans, by these conservatives.
I tell you, bro, most of my circle are very avid reading people, and I'm proud of that. But most of those people, they will not engage with the news. They don't follow the news. They don't want to see no articles, no reels. They don't want to see no videos. It triggers them. And I understand that I'm triggered too. We all are triggered, but you still got to see it. You still got to understand how to operate in it, even though you're emotionally or whatever triggered. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting, man. It's interesting.
It's 13 minutes past the hour. And family, as we get ready to get up out of here on this Work It Out Wednesday, I encourage all of you today to deal with the discomfort, but understand what's going on in your world. You've got to be to a place that, listen, you deal with the discomfort when you go to the gas pump. that doesn't prevent you from not pumping gas and filling up your car, regardless of what the price is, because you need that vehicle to get from point A to point B. Information is the vehicle that gets your intellect and you from point A to point B. And if you don't know the perils that are out there, if you don't know the perils, and this is Brother Tim, so let me try to bring Brother Tim in. Brother Tim, hold on for a second. Just hold on. Let me see. Can I get you in? I'm gonna call you right back. Just give me a second. I know Brother Tim got something he want to say, so I'm gonna let Brother Tim say it before we get up out of here. So I'm gonna call Brother Tim back. I didn't even have my equipment hooked up to my phone, but I'm getting ready to bring Brother Tim in. And listen, family, y'all got to pay attention. That's all I can say. You know, I ain't here to tell you what to think. I ain't like a lot of other folks. You know, I've got some evangelical friends. I still consider them friends, but they're a little bit upset with me because they said lately I've been going hard at organized religion. I'm going hard at the truth. You know, and the truth is, you know, stop making it seem like church is the church of old. It's not the church of old. This new church is talking a whole new different game. And the way they conduct business is totally different than the church of old. And don't get me wrong, evolution is necessary. Evolution is necessary.
You know, Joe, the church of old was a very political place.
It was.
My grandfather being the pastor he was very political. The old school original black churches were very highly political. It was very hand in hand, not separate.
Mm-hmm.
Those other folks said, well, separate the church from the state, separate the church from the school, separate. They did that. We was always highly entangled like this. Most of your prominent old school politicians, they were Reverend Jesse Jackson, Reverend MLK. You can keep on naming, John Lewis.
Okay, so we got Tim Balassa on the line. Tim, I know you called in. I called you back. Talk to me, brother. I know you got something you want to say. Talk to me. Talk to us.
Yeah, I just want to elaborate on what y'all was talking about on the end, you know, about that, you know, a lot of people didn't vote, and I'm going to specifically speak on us as the black, bro. We rather have that crybaby syndrome instead of do some preventative measurements. Just like, for instance, in our own neighborhoods, the black neighborhoods, bro, of all this killing. You know, we rather talk about what we're going to do. You know, and that ties back to the voting, bro. The voting, like you said, a lot of people didn't want to vote because it didn't affect them. Now it's going to affect them more than they ever thought. And especially for the felonies, you know, a lot of us, you know, a lot of dudes will say, well, I'm not going to vote for the woman because she prosecuted me. Well, goddamn, if we don't get in trouble, the woman can't prosecute us. Don't use that bullshit as an excuse, bro. We use too much things as an excuse when we should be, you know, nah. Let me tell you something, bro. Now the black community is gonna really see that, oh, your vote really counted, bro, because it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a bunch of them now. Like brother Bowtie said, bro, gonna hurt it from 2 to 10 to 12 years down the line, bro. You know, we should have voted, brother. You know, your vote does count, bro. So don't. You know, I don't know where they get that from, brother. You know, well, that's all I wanted to elaborate on.
Well, brother Tim, I thank you for calling in, and we appreciate you. And look, I'll stay on here a little bit longer if somebody else want to call in. Brother Tim, we appreciate you. The phone lines are open. We'll talk to you later. Brother Tim had a good point. We got to pay attention and understand. We got to stop making excuses. First of all, you can't get prosecuted if you never got in trouble. Let's say that again. You can't get prosecuted if you never got in trouble. So once again, GBA, some of y'all have to understand this. You're guilty by association because you were in the vicinity of the crime when the crime was committed. Now, that doesn't mean you committed the crime, but sometimes we put ourselves in positions that we don't need to be in. In other words, if I don't hang around the crack house, you can't arrest me for possession of crack, maybe distribution of crack, maybe using crack, because I'm not around the crack house. Now, not to say, and here's where you got to pay attention, not to say that they can't all of a sudden, because they don't like your black and brown skin, try to make up a crime for you. Pay attention to what's going on with Governor Cooks. They trying to fire her right now because she bought a house, because she did what they do all the time. She bought a house in Michigan, she bought a house in Georgia, and she said both of them is where I live. Well, hell, white folks been doing that. White folks got a house in Colorado, they got one in California, and they live in New York. And guess what? They hold it. They've been, like I tell you, it's
Look
cool
at-
when you
look-
do it.
Look at our
It's
president.
phenomenal when I do it.
Look at our president. He be in Mar-a-Lago more than he be at the White House.
Come on. But ain't nobody saying nothing about that.
Yeah.
See, once again, who taught you? Let me, in my esteemed Malcolm X voice, who taught you to hate yourself? Come on, tug on the bow tie, Brother Sean. See, but y'all don't read. Y'all hold it. How many y'all gonna be truthful? How many y'all done read this thing? Okay, since some hold it. Whoa, stop for 1 minute, Sean. I got to get them. Okay, y'all be truthful now. Be truthful, especially all my evangelicals. Especially, hold it. Watch this. I got people out there that claim to be pastors, bishops, apostles. They ain't read this thing cover to cover. But you claim to be the man and the voice of God? Hold on, let me ask that again. How many of y'all done read this cover to cover? Shoot, I know pastors, bishops, apostles, pastors, preachers, teachers, people in the pulpit. They ain't read this from cover to cover. But they swear to God, they the mouthpiece of God. How can you be the mouthpiece of God and you ain't even read the manuscript of God, cover to cover? Oh, you done Googled and Chat GPT'd a couple of good sermons. Sean, come on. Sean look like you ready. Come on, Sean. Come through.
I find this a lot in life. Like, people will quote or try to quote MLK and wear MLK shirts and everything else. They have never literally read the man books he actually wrote himself. And when it comes to the Bible, they will never read. Some Bibles got the red print, and the words of Jesus. Red words. So how do you say you're so holier than thou, but you never read the red words the man actually said out of his mouth?
Right.
I don't understand.
I told you. Too many of y'all listen. Too many of y'all have turned church into the fashion show, the car show, and the Oasis. It's them three things. The fashion show, the car show. Yes, I said it, Brother Bowtie, because I'm going to camel walk on that. Y'all done turned it into the Oasis, because that's what it is. That's what it is. It is the Oasis. Y'all go in there on the hunt, male and female. Y'all going there on the hunt. Y'all ain't there to hear the word. To be exact, because if you were there to hear the word, you would be there to hear the word, for the word would be a verification of the word that you read yourself. But you ain't even reading the word. So all you're doing is going in there.
And they will be literally changed.
Right. Come on. So wait a minute. Hold it. The church has turned into a bank that cannot be taxed by government means. And guess what? Those who know the law has used the church in that manner. The church is a banking institution that is not FDIC insured, is not regulated, and cannot be taxed. And folks who know that, now I got some pastors mad. I already got one. My phone just went off and I know who it is. Man, get mad all you want to. Get mad all you want to. Churches have turned into a bank that cannot be regulated, nor can it be taxed by the government. And y'all love it. That's why y'all talk that prosperity stuff, because the only people prospering is those that you choose to prosper, and everybody else is sowing into y'all dream. You ain't sowing into the kingdom of God. You sowing into some pastor's pocket. Now get mad at me and come at me. Come see me.
And the pastor won't even pay your light bill.
Come see me. Talk to me now. Whoever want to talk.
Won't pay a light bill, won't give back to the community. Won't do
John got the tree of knowledge behind him. Hold up. The tree of knowledge, that y'all don't see. The tree done grew a couple of more limbs, because I'm spitting the real truth. Come on. I ain't saying all of y'all. And I ain't going to say all of y'all. But I'm going to say a lot of you know.
Most of you.
A lot of you know that the church has become a non-taxable government entity that's not regulated by the government or by any banking institution. That's why y'all know at the end of the day, and then y'all talk about, wait a minute. So let me understand this. You build a house and you tell me it's my job to support the house because the house got lights, water, the lights got bills. Well, wait a minute. I built the house. Can I get all of y'all to collaboratively get together and help me support my house? I'll wait. I'll wait. Come on. Y'all can get mad all you want to. Y'all can get mad all you want to. I have literally in my younger days, I never forget it. I made a presentation to 20 pastors because they were concerned about a gospel radio station that was getting ready to go off the air. I asked each one of these 20 pastors to make $100 investment a month. You do the math. 20 times 100, that's $2,000
a month.
And they told me, you asking for too much. And I went outside and I told them, y'all stay right here. I went outside and personally wrote every vehicle I saw in the parking lot and came back inside and said, $2,000 is too much when y'all damn near sitting on $1.5 million worth of car inventory outside this church in this lot. Y'all can't invest $2,000, but y'all driving $1.5 million. Make it make sense. And guess what? To this very day, the place I went to and the pastors I spoke to hate me. Talk about, you don't know the power of God. I know my God don't operate like this. You can't show me 1.5 in the parking lot and the man of God, and I was a man of God, asking y'all for $2,000 a month to keep a gospel radio station on, but y'all the first one to complain when they flipped it from gospel to hip hop. Because guess what? Drug dealers know how to show up at parties and buy bottle services.
But they don't do that.
But watch this though.
You know what, Joe? You know what?
Hold on, Sean. I'm gonna let you go in. But watch this. The same bottle services is going down every Wednesday and Sunday in somebody's church. They just don't call it bottle service. They passing the plate too. And y'all are sewing in. Y'all doing the same thing y'all doing in the club. Because like I said, not all churches, but a lot of churches have turned into the fashion show, the car show, and the Oasis. And I'm standing on business.
They turn to the club, Joe.
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead, Sean. Talk to me.
Well, I was gonna make a parallel what you said with the hip hop artists and that industry and how they make things happen versus the church world, right? The same thing with the Donald Trump thing. Some people, they attract to him because it seemed like he made things happen. He said, I'm gonna do these things. In the past few months, so many things have happened at a rapid pace. Like, wow, it's been a mere matter of months. And so many things just steamrolling. But so many other politicians just talk. And we haven't seen action from these people. So I'm not saying that it's right, but it looked like he's shaking and moving. And that attracts certain, wow, he's a man of action to them. You know what I'm saying? It's just I've been seeing it for a while now, bro.
No, I have to agree with you. I mean, like,
and
listen,
so many of our people don't move.
Now, you know what? I made a post yesterday and I said this. I said, I hope the Democrats have learned how to play this damn game now. All that being diplomatic, no need to do that. They showing you what they can do. You know, like I made a post yesterday. I know you like the post, Brother Joe, but I said, you know, the National Guard should have been called on January 6th, but Nancy Pelosi had the whole power to call in the National Guard, but she didn't.
Come on, bro.
She wanted to be diplomatic.
Come on, bro.
But I hope.
Come on, bro.
But I hope the Democrats have learned. And you know what? One thing that gets underneath my skin with the Democratic Party, and most politicians as whole, not only Democrats, but Democrats as a whole, real bad. There has to be a changing of the guard. Some way, somehow, there has to be term limits in Congress. And I'm not saying 4 years, 8 years, but there's no way humanly possible that we should allow someone to sit in Congress more than 20 years. You literally have people in Congress right now, 81 years old, still trying to push policies that they want to push when they was 27 when they first got into Congress. Not knowing that times has changed, vision has changed. You know, like, kudos to Jasmine Crockett, but can you imagine if the Democratic Party had like 70 or 80% of Jasmine Crockett's? How much hell and chaos they'll create in the Congress? But most Democrats, they still want to be diplomatic. They want to negotiate. They want to talk. Hey, give me this and I give you that. Sign on this, I sign that. I need some more John Lewis. Let's go get in some good trouble. Let's go shut down this country for a whole week and a half. I'm gonna tell my wife I ain't come on for a week and a half. Now who gonna cover this time?
Come on, bro. You know, Brother Bowtie, you a sportsman. You ever go and play street basketball different than NBA basketball. In street basketball, they putting their hands on you, they fouling you, they hacking you, and they ain't no foul call. But take the ball out. This man playing like a street ball. We try to play all by the rules, and we gotta take a time out like this, or keep your hands off on defense. Like, no, this is gritty in the trenches, man. We in the hood playing ball.
Yeah, and we don't know. Like he's like what he's doing now. He's creating his own. You know how in our community we love to play spades, right? So oftentimes when you go to people's house and you play spades, you're like, hey, how you play? Ace high, jokers, This is what Donald Trump doing. This is how he's playing politics. Now, I made up my own rules. This is how the hell we gonna play. Like yesterday, he signed an order saying anybody who burn American flag gets 100 days get 1 year in jail. Well, if you know anything, if you study and you learn, burn the flag is, pretty much a freedom of speech. It's a protest, You can protest all you want to. You can argue that case in court, but as he said, his strategy gonna make sense when reporters said, well, what do you hold to come? She said, oh, I'm probably gonna stop about 50 or 60 people from burning the flag. I know I can't do it. But you know how many people in their mind registered that, oh, I can't burn the flag no more?
Right, hold it. And that there is a law now in place that if they do, there can be repercussions. See, sometimes just knowing that there's a law in place, and understand this, every law that's on the book is not legal or moral, because understand there was a time that slavery was legal, but it was not moral. So, and guess what? Slavery just got removed off of certain states' books maybe less than 5 years ago. Literally slavery, your ability to own a person in
last year, Louisiana. I think it was last year was Louisiana and Mississippi.
Right. So come on, family, wake up. With that being said, it's the bottom of the hour. We done went 30 minutes over. Thank y'all for being here, but we got to get up out of here. And with that being said, I'm gonna start with Sean P and the Sean P Experience. Sean P, come through, tell them about the podcast, tell them what you got going on, and let's go.
Yes, sir, man. The main thing, man, the book just dropped last Monday. Thanks for all that pre-order. Those that didn't pre-order, don't worry. You can still get your copy of the Bounce Back Season. That's right. We have tough times going on, tough times to come. How will you bounce back is the question. Same tree, different branch.com. Get your order or inbox me personally. I will get you a signed copy straight to you. Peace.
That part, Brother Bowtie.
What it is and what it ain't, and what we're gonna do about it. Let's talk about it. Let's do something about it. Hey, Brother Bowtie here. I got a quick, easy message. Hey, August is almost over with. We have 3 or 4 more days. Don't forget that it's still Black Business Month. Find a Black business to support in these last 4 days. In fact, I would like to issue a challenge, since everybody infatuated with trends and challenges on social media. For the next 4 or 5 days we have in August, every day go support a Black business. Every day. And if you find one to support, you can go to www.brothersbowties.com or follow me at Bowtie Untied, or you go to Plenty Groups. Just type in your state or your city. Say for instance, in Louisiana, type in Louisiana Black Business on Facebook, Florida Black Owned Business on Facebook, Georgia, whatever. You get my point. So find a Black business support for the remainder of August, because we need your support. You guys have a nice day.
That part. And you see, I'm minding my own HBC business. I'm minding my own business that pays me. 32 minutes past the hour. Listen, it's been a blessing to have Broken Berlin, Brother Elijah with sports, because we international, Brother Bowtie, Brother Sean P with the Sean P Experience, on the behalf of our 2 sisters who are out there doing their thing. Sister Alethea Crimmins, the CEO of Pimpin' Positivity, and Sister Jax, the spiritual conscience of #TruthBeTold. I am Joe Dupree Anderson, and it's been real. It's been fun. I'm getting ready to get up out of here and put in work today. We'll be back tomorrow for Turn Up Thursday, the eve of the anniversary, 20 years of Nothing But Katrina. And we're going to be definitely tomorrow diving into that and moving on to Friday, where we celebrate the anniversary. I end the show the same way every time, and I'm going to end it the same way today. Be better today than you were yesterday, and do something today to bless somebody in some way that no matter what you do, there's no earthly way you could ever pay them back. And always remember that there is no secret what God can do, what he has done for others. He will and he can do for you. For when God is with you, nothing or no one can stand against you. Be blessed. Have a great Wednesday hump day. We up out of here. Peace.